Trattati sempre bene, ti stupirai di quanto possa piacerti. Pasta integrale Barilla, la bontà che sorprende.
Here we are in Wimbledon with Steve Flink, my old friend, colleague and Hall of Famer. Steve.
Now let me interrupt you quickly and say today you win the award for sartorial splendor. I'm not even close. Not even close.
Thanks. But today is a day where Roger Federer, the defending champion,
yes,
the winner of 8 Wimbledon, is out of the tournament, and everybody was expecting a final, a possible final between Federer and Nadal, and almost even Nadal almost was close to be out. Federer is not going to be there. Anderson could be if he will play and beat
Isner
in the highest semi-final ever.
Well, that's true, Ubaldo. I mean, officially, Anderson's listed at 6'8", and Isner, they fluctuate with him, but he's usually listed at 6'10".
Is that basketball?
That's basketball height. It's really astounding. But I have to say, Ubaldo, I give Isner the slight edge. Now, Isner beat Raonic today in 4 sets. Nice comeback after losing the first set, and obviously it was a spectacular win for Anderson to beat Federer from 2 sets down, match point down 4-5 in the third on his serve, and come back and win 13-11 in the fifth in 4 hours and 14 minutes. Astounding triumph, but I think that Isner is going to be confident against him. I give him the slight edge. Do you?
I do, but I prefer to talk now about Federer.
Oh, okay,
because I think it's the news of the day.
Let's do it.
Everybody was expecting Federer to win.
Of course.
Especially, he had won 8 sets in a row versus Anderson. Today, they became 10 sets in a row because he won 9th and 10th.
Yes, right.
And then 5-4, as you said. Well, he honestly, when he missed the match point, it wasn't an easy match point because Anderson had attacked. He had to do a passing.
He did absolutely. Federer didn't throw that away. But what a recovery for Anderson then to squeeze that set out, then win the fourth, and then be serving from behind all the way in the fifth.
Yeah, 6 times.
6 times, and you remembered the great final with Roddick in 09, 16-14 in the fifth. And I thought that one of the biggest factors in Federer winning was that Roddick had to keep serving from behind.
Yeah.
Somehow Anderson prevailed despite that deep disadvantage, I think.
Yes, you're right. He was really brave, consistent. He was playing very well also from the baseline,
yes,
which in a way did surprise me.
Surprised Federer
was moving well.
I think he surprised Federer a lot with that, the way he raised the level of his ground game over the last couple of sets. Roger was not expecting that.
Yeah, so, in the lower part of in the lower half, we have Djokovic versus Nadal. So this is a classic.
A classic. They played the final here in 2011, of course, and Djokovic won that one over Nadal, and I don't know what to expect this time. Djokovic had a nice 4-set win today over Kei Nishikori. He didn't play his best tennis, but he played well, and he finished off strong the last 2 sets after being down love 40 on his serve at 2-all in the third. He was unstoppable after that, and he won the last 2-2-2. Like the way he played. Nadal, of course, won an epic over Juan Martín del Potro. 4 hours and 48 minutes, 6-4 in the fifth, down 2-1. The big moment seemed to be when Nadal double folded at 6-5 in the tiebreak in the second set when he could have gone up 2-0. He lost that set, he lost the third set, he still came back. But will he be weary, Ubaldo? Do you think he'll be, even with a day off, will he be a bit worn out by that match?
I think he's afraid to be. He was talking now in the interview at the BBC, and he said, I need to recover.
Yes, right.
And, Djokovic is much fresher.
You remember in Australia, last year, 2017, he goes the long 5-setter with Dimitrov and ended up losing in 5 to Federer. And I honestly think part of the reason he lost, in addition to Roger's brilliance off the backhand, was that Rafa was just a tad weary, a little bit weary, certainly mentally weary.
Yes, and then, Djokovic lost really few games in almost all his matches.
And today was 4 sets, but the last 2 were 2-2. It's a pretty routine 4-set.
Yeah. A quick prediction on the women's final from Steve Flink. We have in one side Kerber versus Ostapenko. They never played.
I'm going with Kerber in 3 sets. It'll be a tricky match for her because Ostapenko's going to hit a lot of winners and Kerber's going to have to prolong the rallies. Tricky matchup. Left-hander versus explosive right-hander. And then the other one?
Serena Williams versus Gerges. 3 sets, 3-love in the previous matches.
Including Roland Garros in the third round this year.
It will be 2 sets.
It will be 2 sets, and it'll be about 6-3, 6-3.
All right, perfect. You cannot miss that. And you cannot miss to see Steve Flink tomorrow night here in Wimbledon. Friend, old colleague, and Hall of Famer. See you tomorrow.